Hello, beautiful people of the internet. I'm Jamie. Let's hang out and watch episode 2 of Pluribus, which is called Pirate Lady. I dressed up as a pirate once for Halloween. To be honest, it's probably one of my favorite costumes. I will have to do that again someday. So the first episode was very enticing. I'm definitely curious as to what is specifically going on, because even when Carol had asked not the president, but forget his name, but that guy specifically on the television, how does this all work? He was like, we don't even know. And I'm also curious if it was aliens sending this signal, and they're saying it's essentially a psychological glue that ties everybody together. Is it also tying them to whoever sent it as like an infectious thing? Because it's like a virus, but apparently not completely like a virus. So I'm just really curious about the science behind it. I also wrote some thoughts down, only two, but one was that I'm kind of, I'm sad for Carol because she's not ever going to be able to put out her book that she was hoping to, because obviously, she could, but really it's only to one person that would really be reading it, other than the 10 other people that have their own mind to themselves for now. But there's art for the sake of making art, but then there's art and we make it because we do want to share it with other people and get that validation, feel understood, have people see your perspective of something. That makes it really enticing, satisfying, and it's nice when we feel competent because other people can see the value of our work. So I just thought that was kind of sad. The other, on a more technical side, is like, oh my gosh, there were so many extras that needed to be hired for this episode, and they all did a phenomenal job. And they also had to be extremely coordinated, especially like when they had all said, we're just trying to help, I think it was. When she had asked them just outside of the hospital, like what's going on, all this stuff, and then they all turn and they all say the line at the same time. And however they managed to do that, whether that was post things or they actually were able to coordinate everybody staying at the same time, whatever it is, still very impressive to me. If you end up liking the reaction, a like goes a long way and just lets me know that, hey, you're enjoying yourself and that I'm actually doing something correctly. And feel free to subscribe and join the community, because that way we all know, hey, we all like this show and we want to talk about it and theorize and the old water cooler talk, like Lost and all that kind of stuff. I love that kind of thing, and I like that it's releasing week to week, so it could be more of that water cooler type of thing. As for me, though I posted on my free run video, I finally have my gallbladder surgery scheduled for early December, and that cannot come soon enough, even though I am nervous and it could cause some complications, so I may have to postpone posting videos, but I will try to keep everybody updated. As for the fit, I was feeling a little bit strawberry-ish today, so that's what we're going for. I personally prefer raspberries, though it's really hard to beat a good strawberry. And raspberries just have a lot of seeds, which can be annoying. So I don't know, but I still prefer raspberries. So this video is for commentary and discussion purposes. All rights belong to the original creator, so please support the official release. Alright, let's get into the episode.
You make even one person happy? Maybe that's not art.
Maybe not just one person, but one person representing everybody. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a recap here.
Wildering for you. So terrible.
What's your name again? I hope he comes back, but he probably won't. Considering you don't, need that. Each person can just have the same memory as the last person you talked to, so...
We will figure out what makes you different.
I just realized it's almost November 21st in a few days. By the time you're watching this, it'll have passed. And hopefully we're not like them. Alright, here we go. An Apple original. I got my handy dandy notebook. And we are out in the desert. Is this her or some random nomad-y person? Well, they're not blonde. Is it another person that has their own mind? All the fires. Oh, we are definitely not in the United States, I don't believe, anyway. If so, I hope you are a, like, engineer type person. And if this is someone with their own mind, then they all know who she is, what she's doing. Okay, maybe not. They all are working together without talking. Because obviously it looks like it's after what happened. And my question about, they're not aliens, I know it's a virus, but I'm just going to say the aliens. You know, are they good in the sense like, or are they like self-protective in the sense that they're going to try to get rid of disease or those who get, you know, start to rot and cause disease or other things because they want to prolong their own lives? Or are they doing it for the betterment of the world? I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other, I suppose. And it is interesting that some people obviously were taken over. Other people were almost taken over but passed away. He's stronger, maybe that's why? I don't know. And then other people, the 10 or 11, were just immune. I like that helmet. I'm assuming obviously CGI, so there's a lot of great use of that. But like, again, we can see so much of the world, which is really great. This is also really pretty. The color grading's, well, other than that down there, the color grading's really nice too. So we're focusing on this character a lot. I wonder if it's someone Carol knew, and maybe they're going to utilize people from Carol's life to help disarm her. That's so cool. Because, yeah, they can literally do whatever because they have every skill in the world. I don't know how she would know Carol. Only reason I bring that up is the thumbnail had a picture of, I'm pretty sure, her. This is a really interesting opening because there's no dialogue. So I'm saying a lot of the stuff. And it's very much just like sound-based, visuals. And what if somebody was blind or deaf? You know, does that impact them, or are they able to like bypass that somehow? I'd laugh if she just like crashed. Like it just it doesn't work. Because they're still needing to rely on technology, and it's not like they can control that 100%. But I wonder if they make mistakes. Oh, protecting their ears, okay. So that gives me a little bit of an answer there. So 11 hours and 30 seconds after the onset. I don't think I need to write this down, but I am. Yeah, that makes sense. I hope she remembers what happened. She probably will. Since her friend, what, Hannah? Is it Hannah's body? Is probably in here. Not doing too well. Yeah, one's mental health would probably be all over the place. And the aliens said they aren't going to do anything to her, but I wonder if they want to preserve her body as like healthy as it can be. I would put my back out trying to dig a hole. Well, at least the Earth could potentially, you know, revert back to cleaner air and things, depending. Again, I have to talk because of, you know, commentary stuff, but that was really lovely, just how silent it's been this whole time. And just that focus on music and hearing the wind, just kind of having a slow, low moment just to breathe, to feel it. Love it. So I just don't know how the glue works because there's literally millions of people all doing different things and they have to coordinate that. That's the other thing. What like societal norms would still prevail? Because there's so many different cultures. Do they try and maintain for whatever culture they're in? Or try to be as efficient? That's cool. It is hard. Yeah, I know. Hi.
Hello?
You people are spying on me. Where are you watching me from?
An MQ-9 Reaper?
Satellite?
Force drone?
Ah.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
That sucks.
It's not dangerous. It's not even armed. He was running the second shift at the Aquafina plant when this got filled on May 8th.
I mean, that's handy.
Who are you?
Someone we thought you might like.
Not so much.
Again, yeah, why her? Does she not have any family or friends? That might be more off-putting. What if she did just go with the shovel? Like, what would that do? I mean, you need to drink something, even if you go to the tap. You have to be smarter than that, right? Like, did they experience pleasure? Like, hey, I'm out in the sun, this is nice, or the donut thing? So she does know her. Or maybe not, I don't know. How did...
And we never told anyone.
Except for Helen. I said Hannah. So they still got her memories.
But all of her thoughts, her memories, they're right here.
That's kind of like that weird AI stuff.
You are the reason she is dead! And now you're gonna speak for her?
Are they gonna be blank? Or is she gonna cry? Is it like a robot malfunctioning? Girl, what are your convictions? Either them or... Okay. No, she's gonna look for someone. So she's a good person. That's great. But what are your... Make some decisions and stick to them. I know it's not a black and white situation. There's a lot of gray, but like, I don't know. I just find it funny. Because she hit them? Is it because it moved their brain? At least I know it wasn't like a fake out tactic to make her have empathy.
No, but...
This shouldn't be humorous. Oh no, you're gonna scrape his head. Maybe just don't mess with it. Who is that? Are they someone that just had the accident but didn't recover because they hit their head or something? Because she still has an impact. Like, she probably doesn't want anyone to actually die because that's more previous humans. It's funny that she still has the car. Gonna go drink some water. It's interesting that she picked up on that, but I guess if it's your own creation, you know, it's easier to do so. To take care of her skin and her heat. To not get like heat stroke. Does she know the proper technique? Okay. You feel like they would do a better job at talking to her if they have like psychologists and such on there. Well, they do, like their side.
Was that me? Did I make everybody freeze like that?
We're affected by your emotions. The negative ones, if they're directed right at us, they can be a little tough to take.
Is that why they want her to
So,
be
how
pleasant?
many people did I hurt just now? Did anybody die? How many?
Oh gosh. Yep. So she's gonna take on the guilt and responsibility, which is fair. It's an interesting dilemma. Like, if they were zombies or something, would we care? It's an interesting question. Good transition. She doesn't seem to be too hot. Like, at all. Has she eaten anything? It would definitely be a weird feeling to have pretty much anything you want at any time. In a, non-zombified world. Oh, it's a mini one. Sorry, that's so cute. In a non-zombified world, that would be great. Though, you'd have to be careful. Ooh, that angle. Again, so many interesting shots. You'd have to be careful you'd have to stay humble somehow, but it's so cute. I feel like, any disaster, they could just know exactly what to do. 2 days. She didn't want first class? Or she just wanted to be as far away as possible?
How you doing back here, Carol? You could take the controls. It's fun.
Who's flying this
So
thing?
they do
That
have fun.
gal from TGI Fridays? Maybe just concentrate on her.
We can't really protect you from one another.
I see.
We'll be landing in Bilbao in 40 minutes.
That was another point I had brought up, is what if one of them has different ideals or values and personalities? Oh, so they're all flying in, okay. What if they attack and you say, hey, I want help? Like, if you have every skill in the world, couldn't you take that person down in a non-lethal way? And that would be okay? I don't know. I guess it's complicated. Again, I don't know if it's, no. I was going to say, I don't know if it's smart if they're all together, because then they can study things more effectively of how to fix them. But they can do that even if they were separate, because they all share a brain.
Joe is Niu Xiansheng, Xiu Mei's husband.
Yeah, see, I was wondering if they had friends or, if Carol had friends or family.
Pusimayu's cousin.
Arush, Lakshmi's husband.
Which again is so weird for the people, I would assume.
Lakshmi's 9-year-old son.
Oh.
We're very pleased to meet you, Carol.
But they're going to have more of a personal meaning to it.
Yep.
Or protective quality over the people.
Wait a second. Including me, I thought there were supposed to be 6 of us. I only count 5.
Again, everyone's energy is, that was great coordination again. Everyone's energy is very strange. Fancy.
Hello!
So he's taking advantage of this, I see. Again, they're probably not going to hurt you, but my instinct would be, hey, 5 out of the, 12? Well, 6 out of the 12 humans left are going onto one aircraft.
It was available to whoever asked.
So she already has different values than that guy.
I am Kumba Diabate.
Kumba.
Nice plane.
Very different ideals.
This they call the nuclear football. With it, one can blow up the world. I am joking. I do not think it works anymore. But don't drop it!
Okay. That's a great question to think about, too. But they say that they're, whatever's their own, lives are their own, so.
Everyone, may we have your attention, please?
She's gonna be
Thank
undermined
you
by
very
that.
much.
Yeah.
Why should my family have to leave?
Yes, why?
We need to talk amongst ourselves, just the 6 of us. That's why we're here, right? Let me see.
I mean, if you didn't agree upon that, but I think it makes sense. But again, they're gonna have
Oh, wait, Pirate Lady. Are there any microphones in
Pirate
here?
Lady,
Or
gotcha.
recording devices?
For some reason,
Harrison
they are
Ford never
not
rode in the escape pod,
in the
which I
same
thought was
mindset as her.
Anyone have any training in biology or genetics?
You don't need to close the window. Well,
Anybody
maybe.
a doctor, a medical doctor?
Why are they being so
Any
weird about
backgrounds in
this?
science of any kind?
They have different priorities than you, girl.
All right.
Sucks.
I don't know how we do this. I don't know where we begin.
Maybe they're in the radical
But-
acceptance phase and she's not.
It's up to us now. Why save the world? Is that's your question?
I mean, he's enjoying it, yeah. But eventually they want to make you like them.
My grandfather was driving. The automobile crashed, and my grandfather died.
Okay, I didn't know that, and I'm sorry.
Did she not know they do that?
Yeah.
Nobody know.
That cute little boy we just met? The one who can perform open heart surgery and fly the space shuttle? Yep, he's right as rain.
You listen. That is my child out there.
It's his body.
Guy you dated in high school, your gynecologist. Think about that. We have to do something.
Do what?
I wonder if she could try to present herself as calmly as possible and as eloquently, if that would have more of an effect. But she has literally been told they want to turn you into that.
Everywhere they let loose are the animal. Beijing Zoo is near my house.
Are the animals impacted? Because the rats were. You do have to speak to them on a cultural, value level, I mean.
What's going to happen when they figure out how to turn us into them?
That is what I want.
That's another great question.
I want to be with my cousin.
Everything that is personal and individual and special. If we let this happen...
But again, they are from cultures that maybe rather prefer interdependence.
Oh, have it. Oh, share it.
What did they tell you? You don't ask a drug dealer to describe their heroin. Now.
Also a good point. But we don't know the science, we don't know. It's an uncharted thing.
Poulet yassa.
Again, if there's no downsides in your mind and you're just reaping the benefits of this, you wouldn't want it to change.
Oh, I made it when I was a child.
Have you eaten anything, girl?
We don't kill.
Not even a lobster?
So that's an interesting question. What about when you have no more access? Are you just going to wait for something to die naturally? Or are you going to have more of like a vegetarian diet? The science we know is that plants can feel things. So that's technically maybe killing.
What if you step on tiny,
That's a good question.
if you step on tiny insect by accident?
We try not to. We can't purposely end life. It's not in our nature. Every time one comes to understand how wonderful it
How many
feels.
people died during your wonderful joining?
Must you curse so much?
Yeah, you're not helping people to understand your point.
I'm sorry, Ravi. How many people died?
We didn't intend for anyone to die. And for the first month, no one did. We would bring in newcomers individually. Thousands every day.
So how many?
So because you did it quickly?
How many people died?
And technically you would be purposefully, actionably.
886,477,591.
Killing people.
As of this moment.
Jesus
At least she
Christ.
seems sad about it.
You killed 11 million.
She didn't know that that would happen. Yeah, it's messed up. But she didn't know. Sorry, I'm leaning really far. That's a lot of weight.
What if I caught a fish? But you would cook them.
She needs to stop drinking.
Okay.
I mean, I guess they could teach you how
Are
to
you going to let
do
her
certain
continue
things.
like this?
She can live her own life.
You are traitors to the human race!
Ooh, you could have impacted them again, and that would have just made you feel worse. What happened? Is she just that drunk? Turn her over, right? She's not supposed to be on her back?
Get the f off me! You freaks! Get the f
Yep.
Get up!
Yep.
God, no, 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 no.
You need to not drink, girl. To be honest, I'm surprised. Like, the other humans might try to kill you. That's complicated. I'll admit, I was feeling the tension there. Did you stay here? I wouldn't trust being around the humans, I'll be honest. But I mean, they could just literally charter a jet to you and try to hurt you anyway, so. Girl, have you not learned your lesson? I get it. But you're just gonna be in a perpetual state of, like, hating yourself and everything else.
You got anything to make me stop doing this?
We
don't. Sorry.
I mean, could you not give her a therapist? Or pills? Calm her anxiety a little? Teach her breathing techniques? I don't know.
Little Washington, fall of 1998.
Did they leave?
All but one.
Which one? The fancy guy? Or the person she dislikes the most? There's the answer. Is it weird for them to be just beck and call for these few humans?
Merci.
Délicieux. Comme vous.
Like, they want to make sure they're happy and healthy.
Good morning, Carol.
For the future. They do get to film in a lot of amazing places because of this show.
I am headed to Las Vegas, Nevada. Have you been there?
Looking for hotel recommendations?
No. I am staying at the Westgate. And if it is acceptable to you, I wish for Zoja to accompany me.
Don't say who.
She suggested I ask. I believe she needs your blessing.
Accompany you for what? Oh, Jesus Christ.
What can I say? In the past day, I've spent time with her, gotten to know her. Zoja, would you join us, please?
He's thinking at least I treat them with some type of respect, I guess. I'm not sure. But he treats them like
Have I
they're
behaved in an untoward
humans.
fashion? Have I shown you, any of you, affection that was in any way unwelcome?
For us, affection is always welcome.
Hunky-dory with you, provided I give you my permission? That's your idea of paradise?
See, that's what I was asking.
And instead of doing the right
You
thing and
need to
trying
calm
to help
down.
me, you'd rather
Please,
run
the
around
last
sticking
thing
your...
these people need is you losing your temper.
It's true. Maybe you could just have someone that, follows you and reminds you of that.
But to me, this does not feel like the end of the world.
That was a very calming way to put that. Like, just his tone and everything. It just sucks because, yeah, she doesn't have anyone. Even if she did, it wouldn't be them, which would probably make it harder for Carol. But it just sucks that you can't have even, like, another human with their own brain that understands you, because that's one of the best feelings in the world, to feel understood. Is that where she's going? It's a gorgeous dress. It's almost, in a way, like isolation, which really messes with your brain. But I guess it's about how you choose to see it. Now, I didn't write her name down. Zosha? She's already gone. Can you ask for her back?
Open the door!
Is she like your person? Or now that she's already gone with him, has she made a connection with her? Oh, is that where it ends? It is, okay. Curious. All right, that was an interesting episode. Confusing. Lots of different dilemmas. So I wrote a lot of different stuff, but the first thing I'm kind of picking out of this, even though it's not the first thing I wrote, is snapshot of humanity. Because we did have different ethnicities, which I had brought up in the, first episode. Different ethnicities, of course languages, of course values, though I believe if they all actually came from, their respective countries, which, is what I'm assuming. However, you shouldn't make those assumptions, but I think that's what they were essentially trying to depict. But even if they didn't, they still had cultural ties because they were speaking other languages. So I'm going to infer that as something I can base my statement on. So from what I did see, it seems like many of those from the 5, maybe not the French guy, but it seems like they came from cultures that tend to value more interdependence, more about community rather than being, unique or special, focusing on yourself, that kind of stuff. It's more about, as I said, community. And so I think it's interesting that they all had family that was still with them. And I also would like a little bit more of a background on Carol because, as I said, is there literally no one that she had connection to? I think because of her own background, where she grew up, that kind of stuff, though, that would be worse for her anyway. So the main 2 people that were a focus, well, I guess there was 3. So we had Lakshmi and Carol, butting heads, definitely, and Kumba, the French guy, I believe. So between them, I think if we could combine all of them, it would be nice because Kumba, he had more of a go with the flow kind of attitude. He was still trying to treat people, I guess, with respect. I think that's debatable. And again, it comes back to what Carol was saying of like, well, she didn't say this, but do you have preferences? Can you make a choice? And I think that comes from an empathetic place for her to ask that. And of course, I think I didn't write her name down again. So for her companion, for the pirate lady. And then with Lakshmi, I can see her perspective. And that's where, like, Kumbo is kind of seeing people as helpers, not really that familial role. Carol was seeing people as just like the alien people. Again, I know they're not aliens. Or I guess I'll just call them the joined people. But Carol was seeing the joined people as just otherworldly in a way, like they are no longer human, sort of. Even though she had that big, like, empathetic getting sick moment, and she still cares that she's hurt people. But looking at the dichotomy a little bit more black and white here, it's Kumba was more seeing people as things that he can just enjoy, and like he's not hurting people, but he doesn't have those connections. Lakshmi had the familial connections, and then Carol was just like, no, they are not people, essentially. That's where the gray comes in, because it's not one for one, but I am leaning more towards Carol's side, but that's because we don't understand what the heck is even happening. And without knowing the end result, it's hard to say what's right or wrong. However, I still go with Carol in the sense that, yeah, there was no vote. It doesn't matter that the end result is what's best for everyone, because that does take away their independence. However, now that I'm saying that out loud, I do find that interesting, because I there's a big debate going on in the States right now. SNAP. It's federally funded U.S. government program that provides food purchasing assistance to low and no income individuals and families to help them maintain adequate nutrition and health. So with that, and we can also maybe attribute this to like smoking and maybe even drinking, but if we are to force people to only do what's healthy, yes, that may help them physically, nutritionally, whatever. However, mental health wise, I think that actually does more of a detriment. Like, people should be able to have unhealthy things, but I think it should be moderated. And I think it can't be, as we've just said, like one extreme or the other. But that's the debate, right? Like, I'm saying maybe they shouldn't be allowed to spend their money just on cookies, let's say. Or it shouldn't be that they can have no cookies. But I think having a happy medium is what's best. But then going back to the debate here, it's saying, okay, let's pretend that the world would be a better place and people would be so happy to be joined. Even though that's what they think, the joined think that it's what's best for everyone. And this is a huge extreme because it's not a one-for-one comparison to what I just said. But like, it can't be partially joined. You can't just be partially joined. So that's the confusing part. Now, if you could be, I wonder what that would be like. If you can kind of opt in, opt out. That'd be interesting because, hey, I think there's great benefits in a way to being joined. You know how to utilize a billion different skills, but there's also a lack of privacy, both directions, your memories, but also to know other people's stuff. However, it doesn't seem like they try to use that maliciously. So again, benefits there, but then if you're still retaining your own personality, you may have more of those less than savory kind of, tendencies or impulses. To be honest, this is probably a topic I could go on and on about, the snapshot of humanity and stuff, and also what is technically right or wrong. But I think when it comes to subjects like this, you kind of almost have to have more of a black and white stance of saying, no, this is wrong, or yes, this is right. But that's where I'm very curious where the creator of the show is going to take things, because it is a very complicated and nuanced question, or questions, to be having. Along these lines, potentials, it's not a spoiler per se, but feel free to skip for like a minute or two. I'll maybe be able to put a time code here to when I stop talking about it, but Death Note, if you know the anime Death Note, at one point very near the beginning, Matsuda brings up the point that there's been less crime going on. It's not to say that he condones what Kira's doing, but the facts kind of lay out for themselves. Now, if Light didn't escalate to the point that he did, would it have been more acceptable for some people, or would it also just end up where it did, in the sense that people are saying, no, still, this is wrong, even if he's taking out actual criminals? But that's the thing. There's no simple answer, because some people are wrongfully convicted, or there could be criminals that skirt under Light's radar and they can just keep getting away with stuff. So it's not a perfect system. So yeah, I'm really, really curious to see what the debates are going to be regarding this show and the questions it brings up. To be honest, I thought I actually wrote more down, but I think I had said most of it in the show itself, and I just kind of expanded on more here. So I'm really excited. I also lost a nail some point during here. I am also excited to see what happens in the next episode and the show in general, and see what other people are having to say about some of the points that I brought up. So if you're still here with me, feel free to give a like just to say, hey, I like what you're doing, and keep it going. Feel free to subscribe just to know when I post videos next. We also have Patreon, where I'm going to be trying to post at least a little bit ahead, full-length reactions. I would love for you to be a part of the community and just have these discussions. Luckily, I don't think there can be any spoilers anyway, so I think it'd just be fun to have like open dialogue about this show and our theories. So So as always, thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit of your day with me. Wherever you are and whenever it is, I hope something good finds you, and I'll catch you in the next video. So, peace. Bye.